Hi there, I'm your host Corinne, and this is Okay, But Are You Good? Where we check in on ourselves on a weekly basis to see how we're doing. Are we living our best lives, or are we just trying to get by? Happy Tuesday after Valentine's Day. I hope everyone was with their loved ones. We were in Portland with our best friends and we had a blast. Usually we don't do anything on Valentine's Day, but we did this year. Anyways, the last few episodes, we've been talking about living our life for other people, being guilt tripped, and even though it was last weekend was the weekend of love, we're going to talk about things that kind of come with that. And that is criticism, judgment, hate, people projecting themselves onto you. In this episode, we're going to talk about not letting it get to you and not letting it harden you and make you this miserable person, because we don't want to lose sight of ourselves. And when we say criticism, hate, we're not just talking about internet trolls. We're talking about passive-aggressive comments, people talking about you behind your back, being misunderstood and no one caring to clarify. That is literally me in a sentence, that I'm always misunderstood and taken the wrong way when I don't get to explain myself. And this hate, this judgment always happens when you're on the top of your A game, when you're living your best life. There comes those little comments you hear and it knocks you back a little bit, you know, and you're like, oh, is this true what they're saying about me? Should I switch up a lot of my stuff? Should I not be doing what I'm doing? And hate hurts because a lot of us just want to be liked. No one wants to be disliked, especially when you're just living your life. You're just being your genuine self, because we all want to be understood. We all want to be seen, and we want to feel safe being ourselves. And when we don't feel like we're safe or we can be ourselves, that's when the walls get put off and you're put up and you're kind of a shell of yourself and you're unhappy and you just start believing all the negativity and you kind of join their train, even though you want to be on the positive express or the polar express. So when we let other people's hate, when we take into account other people's hate and their words and we actually believe it, it brings out a side of you that isn't yourself. You're less empathetic. You're less yourself. You're less willing to try new things. You stop feeling motivated. You just shut down and you kind of think like everything you're doing is wrong. Like, why even bother trying? I should just stay at this boring level and not grow, not try new things, not stick to my routine, not have things to look forward to. And you lose almost everything you were looking forward or you were working towards. Don't let it take over you, because a lot of negativity and hate, criticism, judgment, all of it, it's how someone's feeling about themselves. And in the moment, sometimes it's really hard to see that, and it's easier to react and have immediate reaction and just go back and forth with them. And then you end up being louder and crazier. And then you look like the bad person, even though you're not the one who started this argument. So that's why it's so powerful to pause for like 3 to 5 seconds and let whatever statement they said hang in the air. So they realize, oh, like Corinne didn't come to play today. She ain't messing around. Because why are you like not reacting in that moment makes you the better person. You kind of win that argument without even saying anything, because it shows more of who they are versus who you are. And you're not down at their level. So 30 now, in case this is the first episode you're listening to. And of course, I've had a lot of hate. I've had a lot of negative comments. I've had people talk about me behind my back, rumors, stories, all of it. We've all had that some capacity. We've all had some growing up to do. And I, for sure, just let other people's thoughts and opinions and all the negativity consume me and made myself believe whatever they're saying is true. This is why we go to therapy, babes. And there's some things that, like, you know, when you're in the moment, you can't see out of it. You can't take a step back and like realize like they're projecting. This isn't about you. This is about them. because I don't go out of my way to make you miserable. I don't go out of my way to say something hurtful. I've had people like that in my life. I've witnessed other people tell me about how they went out of their way to make other people feel bad about themselves. And then, lo and behold, a couple months later, they did the same thing to me. So if you're witnessing someone do something mean to someone else, just know if they're willing to do it to someone else, what's holding them back from doing it to you? And, I'm not friends with that person anymore. Thank goodness. I won that friendship breakup. I am so happy without them. Bless them. They're doing whatever they're doing. But I have not come this far to let whatever's happened in the past set me back. I have not come this far and worked on myself to let anyone get in my way. And that is on me being so focused on living my best life. And obviously there's still comments that get me down. And you're like, is this true? Maybe they are right. But then I remember I'm winning, babe. You're still stuck in that same miserable life, that same mindset. And I got myself out of it because living underneath a dark cloud did not get me anywhere. So don't let other people get you down. Haters are always going to hate. If you don't got haters, I'm so happy for you, but there's always going to be someone that is not looking out for your best interests. So you got to be able to read people. You got to be able to read the room, and you got to be your number one fan, your number one cheerleader, because people love to take happiness and kindness and compassion and suck it dry and take it from you because they don't have any of it. You can't let them. Be true to yourself. Don't let anyone dim your shine. Express yourself. Tell your stories that make you happy, make you sad, whatever it may be, because you know who you are and they're still trying to figure it out. So let them figure it out on their own. Don't let them involve you. Let them overreact. Let them come at you hard, and you just be yourself. Be chill. Take a second to react. Work on that. I need to work on that. And know that even though there's people out there not rooting for you, that aren't looking for your best interests, there are people that are rooting for you, that are your fans, that want you to be living your best life. So you just got to weave those bad people out. So don't shrink yourself for anyone else. Don't carry any burden that's not yours. Protect your peace, protect your heart, and stay your beautiful self. And I'm here for you. So make sure to ask yourself, okay, but are you good? Thank you so much for listening in, and I'll catch you all next week. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.